This initiative began really with the NHS Lothian Sustainability and Green Agenda. And so NHS Podiatry have been on board with that ever since. And we've been using the bikes now for that for the last 6 months or so. It means I'm out and about in the fresh air all day. I'm getting my bit of exercise done while at work. But also what's really important to me is that it's one less car on the road. I'm not using any fuel, it's low carbon emissions, and for every one of my team who uses the bikes, it means there's one less person using petrol and pumping pollution into the environment. And so that's a massive benefit for me. So carrying equipment with these bikes is great, and that's why the podiatry department has gone with the cargo bikes, because we have space to put all of our equipment up here in the front. We spend the whole day out and about visiting patients, and so we need to store our bags and all of the equipment in there. But other healthcare professionals might go for something a little bit smaller, an electric bike that doesn't have the storage equipment in the front, because they may just need to get across town for a meeting or to visit an acute site where parking might be an issue. People always ask me, do I need to be really fit to use the e-bikes? And you absolutely don't. And I personally am not super fit myself. So it's got loads of different settings to help you around, especially when you've got a lot of equipment in the front. So cycling this is not an issue at all, and it does all the work for you. Well, weather in Scotland, as we know, is never ideal. And so we usually need somewhere to shelter on a day when it starts raining, which can happen quite a lot. So we've reached out to some of the NHS Lothian clinics around Edinburgh, and they very kindly let us use their facilities when we need to shelter, we need somewhere for lunch breaks. And so it's been quite nice visiting different sites around Edinburgh and getting to know some of the other healthcare professionals there. What's another nice thing about having the bikes is that we're very visible cycling around town in our uniforms, and people tend to come up to us and ask us questions about how the bikes work and why NHS Lothian have started using them. And so that's another nice conversation starter, and it's nice to chat to patients about them too.